And we spoke about that this jail phone call was recorded on June 8th of 2020. Do you recall an event that took place on June 9th of 2020?
Yes.
What happened that day?
That was when we served the search warrant on the Daybell property and found Tylee and JJ.
And so did you listen to this June 8th recording before or after June 9th?
It was after June 9th.
And Your Honor, if I may publish by HDMI?
You may.
And Judge, for purposes, I'm going to ask that the entire audio recording be published.
You intend to publish the whole call, Mr. Wood, or an excerpt?
Your Honor, I intended to start the call in at about 6 minutes. I think if Mr. Pryor wants to play the rest during cross, he's certainly welcome to.
Yeah, I would agree. You can publish an excerpt if you'd like, and the entire call has been admitted. And if you wish to play other sections not played by the prosecution, you can do that on cross.
And for the record, Your Honor, I am going to start at 6:10. Or 6:04. So that's where it's going to let me start.
Visions under pillars of fire. That's what you were reading to me.
Yeah.
Because at the very beginning,
If I can inquire, is that coming through the?
No, it's not.
says, this was all still before the second coming. The Lord had ordained for us to begin the millennial day within Zion and her cities, while war and chaos reigned everywhere else. So it was already like the millennium. They were already living colonial way
Like a pocket. Yeah.
the whole time.
That's kind of how I've seen it. Is begins with a family, then a neighborhood, then a town, then a city. And New Jerusalem is kind of the best example of that.
Right.
Yeah, it starts small, but grows exponentially. It's will, and they're doing all they can to destroy one of the key families, but they're not going to.
I mean, there's so much that I know. I was sitting here thinking about that. I know too much.
Yes.
I can't deny it. I know it's just a matter of time. I just don't know what that timing is.
So I texted Ray. He responded pretty quick.
Detective, I'm going to pause it there. Did you hear Mr. Daybell say I texted Ray?
I did.
It's because my microphone wasn't up here. Yes, I can. Did you hear Mr. Daybell say that he texted Ray?
Yes, I did.
Through your investigation, did you become aware of any individual that had a nickname or alias of Ray?
Through our investigation, we learned that Alex Cox often went by Ray Lamar. We also associated a Gmail account through phone records back to Alex Cox, and that Gmail was raylamar@gmail.com.
Now, what was the date of this phone call again?
June 8th of 2020.
And was Alex Cox alive or dead at this time?
No, he was deceased.
Do you recall when he died?
December 12th of 2019.
Detective, through your investigation, did you find any information that Chad Daybell claimed to have the ability to speak with people who were deceased?
Judge, I'm going to object relevance.
Overruled.
Thorough investigation, interviews with multiple witnesses that were close to him, through the teachings in his books. He would often talk about how he had the ability to see and speak with people on the other side of the veil.
And Your Honor, I'm going to resume playing at 7:34.
All right, before you do that, Mr. Wood, I think we might be able to assist on the audio.
Your Honor, I'm going to start playing at 7:34, and if the court can let me know if it's coming through the speakers.
All right, thank you.
Oh, that's good. Usually it's hard to get a hold of him. He's busy
Okay.
days.
Yes. But I asked him what we'd talked about. And he's very optimistic.
It was very optimistic for you, or he's very optimistic it could happen.
He's very optimistic for both of us.
He doesn't know his own project timeline.
He said, stick with it. To what he projected in that paper he wrote.
You know, house renovations always take longer than they think.
That's the problem.
I've been watching that Extreme Pools,
Uh-huh.
and the people are like 3 months out. Like,
I mean,
when they estimated they'd have it done, and they're like, we had so many problems, we couldn't get to the backyard, we had to pull a crane over the house to get these huge rocks for the waterfall.
I can remember last summer, Taylor Hill, Mark's friend, parents moved into a trailer, like a camping trailer, in their driveway because they were going to build their house by the end of the year. Guess where they're still at?
Really?
They sold their house to their son. And it's just a weird situation, but you're exactly right. Yeah, it takes forever.
Yeah, there's
Mhm.
always something comes up. Well, we didn't know when we dug in your backyard, we were gonna find whatever. And then they're like, we have to redo all the piping, and then we had trouble with this, and then something else happened. And so, but they try to make it sound like it wasn't really that long, but it's always like, it's gonna take 3 months. And then 3 months after that, they're like, okay, it took 6 months. You couldn't come in your backyard at all. And now it's not summer anymore. Now it's winter and your pool is finally done.
Right.
Mostly they do it in Florida and places like that. But. So he's optimistic about his construction problem or construction
Problems.
not problems, but plan. His
Yeah.
construction plan, the blueprints are still intact.
Yes.
Their timing.
And I kind of just said, I texted him what you just said is, you guys are always a little off.
Right, exactly. We just want a real estimate.
Right.
What do you say?
He just laughed.
So he did not confirm nor deny that fact. That contractors are always later than they think they're gonna be.
He's like, it'll work out, how he is. He did want me to say he misses you. But he's not far from, contact. We can talk, we can text him whenever he wants.
Yeah, I can't text anybody. Have text.
It
You have
was,
to text for me. That's like me telling you, I need you to tell this person and talk to this person.
I'll text him back. But he's optimistic. That's, I mean, I want to go visit him and grab him by the throat and say, really?
Can he? I know he's optimistic, but can he just make us any guarantees? I mean, we did make our down payments and everything else.
Guarantee.
It was like a guarantee, just an end date of our project.
Well, he knows you pretty well. So he just laughs. No, I asked him what he thought of the video project. He said it was really nice. He loved it.
Oh, good.
Detective, through your investigation, were you aware of any type of video put out about Alex Cox around this time?
Not around June 8th. But shortly after Alex Cox died, his sister Summer Shiflett made a YouTube video with clips of Alex, photos throughout his life, and put it to music. And so we viewed that early on in the investigation, but that's what is being referred to here.
Judge, I'm going to object. That calls for speculation. He can't speculate is what it calls for.
Untimely, overruled.
And Judge, I had stopped playing at 12:13. I'm gonna recommence playing at 12:13.
You may.
Yeah, oh, that's good. Although I'd never heard that song before. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just something on like iMovie or something that's on your phone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like one of the backgrounds that you can
Church
use or something.
background is the happy one. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't know, because I've never even heard that one, or I've never seen the app, but I know people can do that. iMovie, it was always on my iPhone. I just didn't ever click on it.
Yeah. But
So,
frustratingly optimistic, I guess is.
so frustrating for us.
Yeah,
We're gonna be
that's what I
completed.
mean.
Thanks for completing your project on time. Will they get a bonus? They do it.
Oh, yeah, we'll give him a bonus. It was good. It was good to talk. You know, I hadn't texted him in a while. So,
So he would still answer all my questions in the same way, you think, if I texted him?
I think you ought to write down some questions for him and maybe even mail them off and see what happens. See if he'll respond to you. I have no doubt. Don't forget President Holland's talk. That snippet. He seemed like he wants to text you if he could. Yeah, it's all true. That's all I can say. They haven't forgotten.
I know they want to work on their project and they're not too happy and busy. You know, that's how I spelled it out. Oh, just like, I'm busy.
Well, true
I'm
for that.
good. It's good. It's good. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's still very interested. He hasn't like forgotten about us.
Good. I know he has other projects, so I don't know how much time that takes. But
He's involved in this latest batch.
Well, remind him when you do text him back that at the beginning of this project, he said there was only like a 3% chance that there would be trouble from certain aspects. And that seems like 100% trouble because that's where it all started. So find out about that.
Right.
See what he has to say for himself on that issue. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
Recall what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Judge, I'm going to stop at 16:35. Detective, who is asking who to obtain information in that snippet we just heard?
Lori was asking Chad for information.
Your Honor, I'm going to continue playing at 16:35.
You may.
So I want to know why that is 100% instead of 3% chance of having a problem.
I think he was somewhat right in that. The other aspect was other people. It was a combination.
I know it was a combination. I'm not saying there were other problems, obviously. It's of the location. But what I'm saying is that it's a combination of only, 5 problems.
I agree.
That was a big one.
It was a big one. Uh-huh.
So my faith in those kinds of guarantees are lower.
Me too.
And beggars can't be choosers, I get that, but you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
It's not like I get to pick the colors of everything that I want. He's just gonna have to figure it out.
Right.
Since I'm here and I can't be in charge of the project. So
Mhm. Yeah. I've thought back on that entire scenario.
we went over the plan and the blueprint
Mm-hmm.
and
And yeah, he said that wouldn't be a problem.
right.
Hmm. Well,
What to take on that?
oh,
Why was that?
it really was.
Right.
No, I don't doubt that. It's just strange how it blossomed. So
So go ahead.
you go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say, so you think it was meant to have complications and meant to go that direction?
At some point, yeah.
Well, then you should have said, hey, this is a 99% chance that we're gonna have trouble with this soil.
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's all we were asking.
Well,
Could this potentially be good, or do we have to fill it with sand?
I think we sensed that we shouldn't take it lightly, and I don't think we did. I mean, we only discussed the matter with the trouble once, and I thought we cut it off and did well, and now that problem is kind of causing its own trouble for itself.
Right. But there's other things in the project where when I'm going back over it, right, that I could have easily done or been inspired to do to avoid a lot of the issues that are going to come up with that.
Yeah.
That we weren't made aware of, so you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I
So
do.
it was meant to go this way, you think, is what I'm saying.
I do. It's terrible. Minor changes here and there, but overall, this was part of the blueprint. I mean, just
What?
oh, I just wish it hadn't been. But I'm thinking of previous blueprints where the people weren't warned either. It's maddening. But, Ray's in that contractor position for a reason, and he's not gonna drop us for another project.
Well, can't he like forcibly use a hand, punch some people in the face and get some things done? Some people in particular, like the 3%er person?
I don't think he wants to be violent, but Mhm.
Well, I'm not saying be violent. I'm saying get their attention.
He did. What he did is kind of mute her effect. The I don't know, just kind of kept her in her place for quite a while, to the point it almost diffused any value of her.
Not talking about that. In the beginnings, going back over the whole blueprint and all the things that we've been, I don't know what the word is, when you go through it. Anyway, a lot of that stuff could have been avoided.
Yeah.
Just minor tweaks.
Yes.
And I don't know why it had to go down this road to where we are now in the project.
Mm-hmm. I know. I don't fully understand. I think he'd text you back or write you back.
Ultimately, what I need from you is that the project is gonna be finished and everything is gonna be fine and it's gonna work out.
That's what he said.
Well, I need you to tell me that every day, several times.
Okay. My sweet, lovely Lola. Things are going to work out. Not just because he says so, but because I know so. It's a marvelous plan. Slight
How do you know
hiccup.
so?
How do I know? It's been shown to me, honey. I've seen those beautiful eyes filled with tears as she sings to amazing groups of people. And I've seen that wonderful body dance to heavenly songs.
Your Honor, I'm stopping at 2641.
Right.
Detective, in that conversation, who is asking who for assurances?
Lori was asking Chad, and we found that throughout multiple phone calls. She would ask Chad for assurance.
And who said they had seen the plan?
The defendant, Chad Daybell.
Your Honor, I'm starting again at 2641.
Your purpose is only beginning, it's hardly begun. And it will be the pair. It won't be solo. And it's going to be incredible.
Be cholo and not solo.
That's right. Yep. It will be the Eurythmics. No solo careers. I'm just absolutely sure. I was saying it will be the Eurythmics. It won't be two solo careers.
I know, but I'm saying, you said you have absolute what? Confidence?
Absolute assurity, confidence, confirmation. It's going to be as seen. There's some things that aren't going to be altered. Your value is tremendous, immense, and needed in every way. You're tremendous, my love. I know that is a fact. I think you underestimate yourself. I'm not trying to give you a big head or ego because you don't have one. You just are spectacular, and the Lord is going to use those talents. You're on earth at this time for that purpose. I'll try to call you back so we can pray. Okay.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
All right. Council, before we begin cross here, I think this would be an appropriate time to take our mid-morning recess. So let's go ahead and do that. It's right at 10 o'clock. So if we could start up again, we'll try for 10:25 to be back with cross-examination starting.
All rise, please.